Once in a small, peaceful village, there lived an old man named Thomas. His house was tiny, with walls that had seen many years, windows that rattled in the wind, and a garden that was wild and untamed. Flowers of every color grew alongside weeds. Birds nested in every corner. The old man had no family left, no fortune, only a warm fireplace and a chair that rocked gently with every breath he took. Yet, despite having so little, Thomas was happy. People often asked him, "Thomas, how can you be so content with so little?" And he would smile gently and reply, "I carry only what I need. The rest of life fills itself with peace." Every morning Thomas would wake up before sunrise. He watered the flowers, fed the birds, and sat quietly by the window, watching the first light touch the hills. He liked mornings because they were quiet, full of hope, and no one ever hurried him. One chilly autumn morning, Thomas noticed something unusual at his doorstep, a small envelope sealed with a tiny wax stamp. There was no name, no message, just the envelope. Curious, Thomas opened it carefully. Inside, he found a small old key. It looked ordinary, yet somehow it felt magical in his hand. He wondered, what could this open? He searched his house, the attic, the cellar, but no lock matched. He searched the garden, under stones and near the flowers, but nothing. Days passed. Every morning he would look at the key and imagine what secret it might hold. Every evening he would place it back on the table and smile, feeling a strange mix of curiosity and calm. Time passed, the seasons changed. Snow came and melted. Birds migrated and returned. Yet the key remained a mystery. One winter evening, as the cold wind whispered through the village and snow blanketed the ground, Thomas felt a sudden pull toward the old oak tree at the edge of his garden, a tree he had planted when he was young. The tree had grown tall, strong, and full of life, just like him. There, among the thick roots, Thomas noticed a tiny, rusty lockbox. His heart raced. He inserted the key carefully. Click! The lock opened. Thomas's hands trembled slightly, not from fear, but from excitement. Slowly he lifted the lid. He expected gold, jewels, or something magical, but inside there was nothing, just a few dry leaves, cold air, and silence. At first Thomas frowned, confused, but then he laughed. Not a laugh of disappointment, but a laugh of understanding. He realized that life's true treasure was never gold, never riches. It was the moments he had lived fully, the mornings spent tending the garden, the songs of the birds, the quiet peace in his small home. He placed the empty box under the tree as a reminder. Sometimes the greatest gifts in life are not things we can hold. They are the moments we live, the love we share, and the peace we find within ourselves. Thomas made himself a cup of tea, sat by the fireplace, and watched the snow fall silently outside. He held his cup gently, savoring every sip, feeling warmth that no treasure could ever give. And in that moment he understood. Happiness isn't in what you get. It's in how gently you hold what you already have. Words to learn: trembling, shaking slightly, often because of excitement, fear, or weakness. Example: Thomas's hands were trembling as he opened the lockbox, blanketed, completely covered. Example: snow blanketed the village, turning it into a silent world. Contentment, being happy and satisfied with what you have. Example: Thomas understood that contentment isn't in what you get. Rusty, covered with rust, old and worn. Example: the rusty lockbox had been hidden under the oak tree for decades. Curiosity, a strong desire to know something. Example: Thomas felt a spark of curiosity he hadn't felt in years. Final thought: sometimes life doesn't give us what we expect, but if we pay attention, we'll see that we already have everything we need. Happiness is quiet, simple, and close to home. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more inspiring tales, make sure to subscribe to Moral Echo Tales and click the bell icon so you never miss a story.